And finally, welcome to day 5 of NIEM training, last day. We've got a couple of videos again for you today. It's a shorter day. It's only about an hour and a half. Depends on when you stopped in video number 10. Again, video number 10 was a long video all on its own. I recommended watching about half of it yesterday and watch the other half today. Again, however you split it up is great. If you need to rewind and go look at earlier topics, you can do that. You can watch earlier videos. There's only one more, there's only today is the last day, so there's no videos for tomorrow to look ahead at, but go at your own pace, watch the videos, rewatch anything you need to. As with the other 4 days, will be available, or somebody like me will be available in the afternoon to answer questions. The exact time is on the invite. There's a Teams call. You get on, ask the questions during that hour, and I or somebody like me will answer any questions you have on today's materials, but also materials for all 5 days of training. All the days perfectly fine. I'll answer questions, or whoever is answering the questions. We'll answer questions on anything in the materials or anything related to NIEM. So don't be limited by just what the topics were. The topics today are the last half of part 10. Again, part 10 was all about schemas, how they fit together, what subset schemas are, what want lists are, extension and exchange schemas, where you make your new things that you've added to NIEM, sample instances, and some tips and tricks to help your stuff work, to make your schemas easier to make. So tips and tricks there. Then we get to part 11, which is all about assembling things. We'll get demos of Map Builder, which is a tool for putting message specifications together, but we'll also talk about just doing it by hand. We'll talk about publishing. We'll talk about registries and repositories, and the new ones that are actually here now. The materials are a few months old, and so in the materials it's going to say they're not there, but they are there now, and we can provide links to that in the Teams call, and through other methods as well. If you're on any of the NIEM mailing lists, you know about these things as they come out, and if you're not on a NIEM mailing list, then you ought to be. And then finally, we'll talk about implementation, where basically the implementation stage is, we're not going to tell you much about implementation because we don't know how you do your implementation. We don't know your development environment. So we're going to punt a little on that. I'm afraid we're going to punt a little on that, but we'll talk about it some. In the end, it's just XML or it's just JSON, maybe with a few fancy things added, but in the end, it's just XML and JSON. And then we'll finish with next steps and resources, things like that. So go ahead. We'll finish off video 10, watch video 11. Hope you enjoyed the training. Make sure you come in the afternoon on the Teams call if you have any questions, again, not just today, but on the whole week's worth of materials, and we'll get those questions answered. So with that, have fun. Hope you enjoyed the whole training.